Oh, hey, wow, I'm using my real voice now. Why? Because I wanted to. And I found out that QuickTime has a built-in microphone option. Sure wish that all the tutorials I tried following told me that. Anyway, I'm recording this in my closet, kinda late at night, trying not to wake anybody up, if anyone even is awake, to talk to you about how almost 3 years ago now I made my first ever Unikitty AU, or alternate universe, Frown of Doom. It was a concept I came up with about Master Frown going insane after getting bullied by the other Doom Lords for so long that he kills them all, takes their place, and has Brock working for him. It was a super dark, edgy concept that I admittedly still think holds some potential and even got one of the show's own writers to like it. But in all honesty, execution-wise, it wasn't very good. I think realistically, for a more canon perspective, which is what I was going for in the first place, Master Frown wouldn't linger around Frowntown for so long before finally going back to the Unikingdom. He'd just be there with, no hesitation. But I wanted to make an Ask blog out of it before I got to the actual story, so that's exactly what I did. And after lots of issues involving things like my health, my laptop, and cringing at my ideas so badly that I rewrote lots of story bits and changed the format almost completely, it's been stuck in yet another hiatus, but this one hasn't been that official until now, I guess. And it's all because of the ending. There's a saying that when writing a story, the hardest part is ending it. I mostly disagree with this statement because usually when I write stories, I have an ending in mind pretty early on. Sometimes it's where my ideas start, even if the beginning or the middle is where I start more often. But that saying applies so true with Frown of Doom because it's without a doubt the hardest thing I've ever had to end, ever. Even from the very beginning, when I started making the original comic idea, I wasn't sure how to end it until I came up with the plot twist. I did come up with some post-ending ideas over the years as well, but they were both scrapped. All that matters is the reason why the second half of the epilogue hasn't entirely happened, and that's because I knew exactly how the last few pages would go, but everything in between what was last published and then has been insanely difficult to write because I don't know how to make it not awkward. I kinda wanted it to be like part 2 of the finale, and the lessons Master Frown learns from them and how he doesn't entirely change, but it's almost impossible to figure out, if not completely impossible. And every time I considered asking for help writing it, I almost completely forgot about it again. Same goes for outlining the pages for my co-artists, so I sincerely apologize to all of you for leaving you hanging for so long, even if none of us really bothered with checking in on the story's status anymore. I'm sure you might know about all the other Unikitty projects I make myself work on as well, so even without the lack of motivation for my oldest one, I've just dedicated less and less time to it in favor of my other stuff, which, in my opinion, is aging way better and is way more worth your time if you choose to look through anything I make. But honestly, I don't regret making Frown of Doom, even one bit. Sure, my old art is super hard to look at, but it really helped me find my place in the Unikitty fandom, join the Unikitty Amino, and helped me get more into my passions in ways I either hadn't in a long time or was unsure about beforehand. So I guess the only question left is, what now? Is this the end of Frown of Doom? Well, I think that, all you need to know in the current story is that it ends similarly to the show's own ending, but with Master Frown still hating the Uniteam and trying to make it as the last Doom Lord left. But even with that out of the way, I wouldn't say this is much of a goodbye to Frown of Doom. Because it's coming back, baby! That's right, I'm not even kidding when I say I found a whole new way to revamp this story just an hour before I wrote the script. It'll have a new name, new story, new designs, pretty much everything, but it'll still be all about Master Frown working his way up and changing everything about the Doom Lords. I'm gonna start working on something special to release on the 20th, that's right, the original's 3rd anniversary, so be sure to stay tuned for that. I know the Unikitty fanbase is sadly smaller now, but I love and appreciate you all as much as I did when I first joined, so it meant a lot to me to see my improvement pay off. If it even is, I don't know. It might just also be the kind of idea, best off it's just a concept, but I'm willing to do the best I can with it, because why would I do anything less? But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're as excited to see what's next as I am.